To pass on his family legacy, an old man shockingly hoisted a captured female thief into the air. Without a word, he used scissors to cut open her pants. Before the woman could comprehend what was happening, the old man pulled out a can of high substance from the freezer, carefully heating it over a fire. He then used a syringe to draw out a large amount of the liquid. As the old man approached with the liquid in hand, the woman finally realized the severity of the situation. It seemed he intended to use her to bear a child. Hearing this, the woman felt utter despair. She had no desire to carry the child of this old man. In a panic, she struggled violently, but all her efforts were in vain. The old man easily subdued her, and in the next moment, aimed the syringe at her. The woman now faced an irreversible situation, all because of her own greed. Just a day earlier, Zhao Mei, the female thief, had come across a story online about a blind veteran whose daughter was accidentally killed by a wealthy heiress in a car accident. The veteran received $1 million settlement as compensation. Upon learning this, Zhao Mei's greed took over. She rallied two accomplices to steal the veteran's money. The three, sharing the same crooked mindset, acted quickly. They scouted the veteran's residence and were surprised to find the area isolated, with no other residents besides the blind veteran. This seemed like an easy job, so they launched their plan under the cover of night. Unbeknownst to them, a terrifying nightmare was creeping closer. The trio first fed drugged meat to the veteran's guard dog, a ferocious beast, causing it to fall into a deep sleep. Zhao Mei, with her petite frame, stealthily climbed through a window into the veteran's house. She quickly opened the door to let her two accomplices in. To avoid making noise, they removed their shoes before entering and began searching the house for the $1 million stash. Soon, Zhao He, one of the accomplices, entered the blind veteran's room. He skillfully prepared to use a sedative to knock the old man out. But when he looked up, he was startled to see the veteran sitting on the bed, staring directly at him. Zhao He froze, terrified of being noticed. Fortunately, the veteran was indeed blind and had only gotten up to turn off the TV. Seeing the old man lie back down, Zhao He placed the sedative on the floor and tiptoed out of the room. Meanwhile, the other two accomplices discovered a locked room and suspected the money was hidden there. What they didn't know was that their plan was about to unravel as they broke the lock. The veteran, who hadn't been sedated, heard the noise and approached. Panicked, the male accomplice pretended to be a drunk who had wandered into the house by mistake. The veteran almost believed him, but then he stepped on the broken door bolt and realized they were intruders. Knowing they couldn't deceive him, the male accomplice admitted to being alone, glancing at Zhao Mei to keep her hidden. The veteran, reassured, opened fire. Zhao Mei, holding her breath, hid in a closet. To her surprise, the veteran entered the closet not to find her, but to check on his daughter's compensation money. From her corner, Zhao Mei was stunned to see the safe and memorized its code. She texted her accomplice to join her, and together they looted the safe. However, the veteran was far more cunning than they anticipated. Escaping with the money proved nearly impossible. As they tried to leave, they ran into the veteran opening the door. They froze as he bagged the body, likely another accomplice, and dragged it away like trash. The two held their breath, trying to back away quietly, but the veteran sensed another presence. He fired a shot in Zhao Mei's direction, thinking he was mistaken. The veteran dismissed his suspicions where no one reacted, assuming it was just the dead accomplice's phone. With the doors and windows sealed, the thieves had no choice but to search for an exit through the basement. There, they uncovered the veteran's dark secret, a girl tied up like a dog. Initially, they didn't want to get involved, but Zhao Mei noticed the girl holding a tattered newspaper. Reading it, she learned the girl was the wealthy heiress who killed the veteran's daughter. As they debated rescuing her, footsteps echoed from above. They had to act fast. They found an exit, but as the male accomplice opened the door, a bullet grazed past, hitting the tied-up girl instead. The veteran, holding the pregnant girl, laughed maniacally, vowing to make the thieves pay. He had already blocked the exits, forcing them to head back upstairs. The veteran cut the power, plunging the basement into darkness. The two managed to reach the upper floor, but as they locked a door behind them, a massive black dog appeared, staring them down. Terrified, they ran to a room and barricaded the door. The windows were sealed, and the veteran began smashing the door. The male accomplice told Zhao Mei to escape through a vent. As she crawled inside, the door gave way, and the dog lunged at the man. The veteran went downstairs to check on him, while Zhao Mei got stuck in the vent. The dog soon chased her, and in a panic, she scrambled forward. The male accomplice, barely alive, saw the veteran return upstairs and shoot him again. Zhao Mei, waking from a faint, kicked open an iron window but was yanked back by the veteran, who took the money. He didn't kill her but refused to let her go, intending for her to replace the dead girl and bear a child. Tied to a bed, Zhao Mei begged for release, promising to keep the veteran's secrets. But he revealed that the tied-up girl was the heiress who escaped justice because of her wealth. He had planned to make her bear a child to replace his daughter. But since Zhao Mei's actions led to her death, she would now take her place. The veteran prepared to dispose of the dead girl's body, sealing it and burying it under the floor. He then hung Zhao Mei in the air, cut her pants with scissors, and retrieved a white liquid from the freezer. After heating it, he drew it into a syringe. As he approached, Zhao Mei struggled desperately. At this critical moment, Alex, the male accomplice who had survived, arrived and knocked the veteran out with a hammer, saving Zhao Mei. The veteran had mistakenly stabbed a corpse earlier, not Alex. Zhao Mei unleashed her fury on the veteran, returning his cruelty in kind. The two grabbed the money and prepared to flee. Alex unlocked the door, but the veteran, relentless, shot and killed him. Zhao Mei, unfazed, bolted out the door, taunting the veteran as she ran. But reality hit hard. The veteran released his Rottweiler, which chased her at breakneck speed. Zhao Mei reached a car, but the dog snatched the money as she opened the door. Unwilling to leave empty-handed, Zhao Mei devised a plan. She opened the car's back seat, climbed into the trunk, and tied a rope to it. Luring the dog into the trunk, she quickly shut it and secured the dog with its own leash. Exhausted, she collapsed outside the car, gasping for air. Just as she reached for the money, the veteran appeared, declaring she'd never escape with his pension. He dragged her back to the house and knocked her out with the stun gun. As he locked the door, Zhao Mei noticed Alex's body nearby, clutching an alarm. She pressed it, and the blaring noise overwhelmed the veteran, who, as a blind man, was particularly sensitive to sound. Unable to stop it, he was thrown off balance. Seizing the moment, Zhao Mei grabbed a crowbar and attacked the veteran, finally gaining the upper hand. She never imagined robbing a blind old man would cost her two accomplices. Lives with the money in hand, she fled before the police arrived.